Now, what happens when you take a 19-year-old Suburban, an old guy that is into ham radio, that likes to install car audio, that like to play around with the solar panel, and put all this together? Well, you learn some mistakes. This particular antenna mount, a lot of people use them. Clamp onto the door, or more commonly the trunk lid. And you run the little micro cable into the door or through your trunk deck or trunk lid. Well, I found a problem with that. If it rains, anything more than a mediocre rain, water will drip right in, follow that cable right through and start dripping inside. So I had to find a way to prevent that. Well, here's one of the solutions I came up with. If you move it back here, put the mount here, get some RG58 cable. I ran it inside this channel. You can't really see it, which is the point, but you run it through that channel, bring it in right here, comes through here, runs all the way down. You can see it peeking through the bottom. It goes up underneath the car, and I should have had this cleared out already, but there's a factory bolt hole there that held down a spare tire mount. When you remove that mount or that bolt, it's like a 5/16 or maybe an 8mm bolt. This RG58 passed right through it perfectly, no problems. And then you can use this as your antenna. Well, problem came up because when I got that cable, it was about 4 feet too short to go where I had my Yaesu 857 mounted. So I've decided to reroute that cable straight across to the other side, and it's going to be used for my TV. So I'm either going to go buy one from a truck stop or try to build my own TV antenna to go here, but that's for TV. So now, how do you fix this problem? Well, I found a solution to it. Now, some of you may cringe, get that big old pit in your stomach if you think about it too hard, but I'm on a roof mount, running right through the roof. As you can see, you take away this heater control and you got straight access to the roof panel. And I drilled a small hole there already. Now, I'm using a what's called a stepper bit, so you can control how big the hole is and go all the way up to like 1.25 inches if necessary. But yeah, I'm going to drill a hole right through there. Now, many of you may think that's crazy. How are you going to keep water out? How are you going to keep it air or watertight? Well, this is where a little ingenuity comes in. This is a round, non-metallic electrical box. It has up to 5 mounts for, or inlets and outlets. A gasket that bolts on and makes it watertight. And that's going to get bolted down to the top of the truck using the Gorilla Construction adhesive, which is all weather, indoor, outdoor, and waterproof. Paintable, and it's white, so it blends in with the color of the box. And you got your choice between white or black, or I think maybe even gray. I wanted the white, so it's going to be heated up less by the sun than a darker color. But I'm going to drill the hole for this mount, for this nipple or this pipe fitting. Will fit down through the hole. Use that glue, a lot of that glue, maybe all that glue, to bond that to the roof. Give it a nice waterproof seal. Then, through these openings, you screw these watertight connectors in, then you can pass your coax cable, and one of these will be used for my 12 gauge zip wire, also bringing in power from the solar panel. So right now I got my drill charged, or the battery charging, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, and we'll be right with you shortly. The hole is just about drilled. I ran into a little snag. That crossbar is kind of in the way to mount it, so I got to loosen up the bolts and slide my whole entire solar panel back about 4 inches. Also, drilling this, the little pieces that come out of here is, well, beyond kind of sharp or hot. It's like I got some blisters from it, getting burnt by it. Battery's dead, so I'm charging it up for another 20 to 30 minutes. But it should be at the size I need to run this through. If not, then the next notch will do it. So right now I just got to slide my solar panel mount back as far as I can go. So we'll get back to you then. It is taking a little longer than I anticipated. I was hoping I could just slide both of these rails back at the same time, but it's not cooperating. So I have to undo the front bracket, and then I can slide this one back and then the back one back independently. So it's took about 3-4 minutes to get that one off, about 4 minutes to get this one off. But that's kind of good because I still got a battery charging. So I had to start the engine to do it. The battery, the second auxiliary battery I have under the hood, doesn't last very long. Charging this battery here, the diehard battery, it was pulling about 5 amps through the power inverter, and it killed that battery in about 20 minutes. So it was only a 33 amp hour to begin with, and it is at least 7 years old, maybe 9. So it's lived its life, it's lived its usefulness. I got plenty of use out of it. Next couple weeks, maybe even next weekend, I'm gonna go out, compare a bunch of deep cycle batteries, and get one to drop in it. So far I'm looking at a store called Rural King. They seem to have the best deals, and their batteries are made by Exide. So let me finish getting this bracket off, and I'll be back with you. Okay, I got the bracket slid back. I tried fitting this in. The threads would go through, but the pipe itself wouldn't, and it would get actually threaded into the hole. So the next size up on the stepper bit should be perfect. So let me go ahead and get that drilled out, and we'll set this in its home. Now, as you can see, perfect fit. And that's about where it's going to be mounted on top. I did forget one thing. These waterproof connectors, they only had 2 in stock, so I'm missing one, but I went ahead and drilled the hole anyways. So I may have to go get one of these connectors tonight or first thing in the morning. But it's not supposed to rain tonight, I don't think. So we should be good, and I can put it in tomorrow morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, get a brush or broom or something, clean the top of this off, get rid of all this stray metal. I got some alcohol wipes. I'm going to try to wipe all the dirt off the top of it, and get this thing mounted. Now, I know it looks kind of messy, but I wanted to make sure I had enough on it. And if you wonder what that is for, that's like a 30-pound battery. It's going to be used to hold it down, just for some dead weight to hold it down for about 20 minutes. Make sure it sets well. And make sure I got a bead of the Gorilla construction adhesive around the base, so it kind of fills the hole. Made another ring around it, and then like a zigzag square pattern in between. Let's go ahead and do this too while we're at it. Let's put some of these little tabs. And it said within 10 minutes to position it. So I'm gonna wait give it about 4 to 5 minutes, maybe to set up a little bit, start its bonding process, I guess. Stick it in there, line it up. Then I'm gonna set that battery on top, and I'll be back with you when that part's done. Okay, we got it setting, we got it lined up the best I want to, right, or best I can at this time. We got that 25 to 30 pound weight on top of it. I want to let it set at least 30 minutes before I do anything with it. So I guess part 2, I'll run the cables through it and route the cables through the truck or down inside the truck. So catch you later.